Episode 12 of our HGC series starts with two pre-show matches. We have Peter Valentine, who's under contract for like the 4 years that 4 or 5 years, I think it's till 2001. So we pretty much are stuck with him. So since we're stuck with him, to keep him happy and Sam Strong, I'm going to use him as much as I could. That makes sense, even though his ratings are putrid. So just a pre-show match for him, getting a win. Follow that up with the War Eagles, who I have pretty much buried, get a win over Nation of Filth. Again, just to kind of get them all on the card and experience, like, you get it. We do start off our show with RP Jr. announcing that he is entering the international title tournament, as well as the Vessies will be in the tag team title tournament. This is just to kind of start off the show with an angle, as well as it's going to be a recurring theme tonight of tournaments being announced and teased and such with those two tournaments. So I feel like it's just a good way to get our probably third baby face between Sam, Dusty, yeah, our third tier baby faces as get these guys out there just to kind of promote the rest of the show. Speaking of Sam, we have Ripcord kind of going over their history with Sam Strong and talking about how they've been rivals, friends, but Ripcord has never really felt like he was able to prove he is the better wrestler between him and Sam Strong. Just a kind of way to start building that rivalry up without it being like the typical he's a SOB and I'm a dastardly heel, etc., etc. Yeah, we follow that up with Rico Santana. Just get Rico a win, keep him as a feasible mid carder. No real rhyme or reason for the match other than just a way to give him a good win. Now, we do introduce someone that will be somewhat important. Lance Henderson, his character is the spoiler, and he is pretty much a internet troll before people had the internet, like that, like, what internet becomes, as we're 97. Internet did exist back then. But, yeah, this is just a way to be Flapjack's, like, heel cruiserweight, where he is, like, just a troll, so he'll be paired with Flapjack, as after the match, Flapjack beats on Electrico. Mr. Lucha makes a save. There's actually a little bit of thing, like I said, with Mr. Lucha. I don't remember if I talked about it last week, but we'll talk about it at the end. We follow that up with Cowboy Ricky Dale backstage, and he gets confronted by Ripcord. Cowboy's announcing he is entering the international title tournament. Ripcord interrupts him, says, Sam Strong's lackey, you're a nobody. Next week, you versus me. So just kind of continue that thread week to week as a, like, here's our main event. And it also can be potential feud down the line, so it's a good way to kind of gauge, see how their chemistry is and all that, as a way to keep us going. We get another just like kind of momentum style win here with the Blazing Flames defeating Savage Fury. Teddy Flame still has like the worst momentum in the company, so he is just fighting me on that. So we'll see if we can get him back up there before the paper, not the pay-per-view, before the tag title tourney start really kicks off. I think next week. Another just kind of momentum popularity victory. We have Jack Bruce defeat Jason Jackson. Jack Bruce will be in the international title tournament, I believe. It's going to be 8 people, so I'm trying to be smart with it. But yeah, just another win here over Jason Jackson. Jack Bruce also a little bit better of a in-ring performance where he's starting to maybe step up a little bit, so I'm happy with that. We have Romeo Heartthrob backstage cutting a promo, complaining, but this time he's like getting his like a pedicure. Just a fun way to continue the character, but it's him complaining, so it kind of teases he's unhappy and he has someone in mind. We know it's going to be Liberty, but we're just kind of hyping it up. But I think the setting would be Romeo at like a nail salon getting a pedicure and getting, he's complaining about whatever it may be. We follow that up with the one percenters backstage attacking Jeb Langley and the Danger Kid. Jeb Langley kind of messed with their bikes, cost them the victory, then beat them. So this is just going to set up a rematch, and that will be the finale of the feud. I don't want to, I can just have Jeb Langley beat the Knight Rider 3 times, then have him beat Mayhem Midian 3 times, then have him beat the tag team 3 times to get the popularities like swapped. But that's just cheap, and I feel like this is a good way to continue that storyline going without it just being like a popularity dump job buried. It's at least a story. Continuing the story from last week, Beelzebub defeats the Whistler. Now, Damian Carville does interfere and help Beelzebub win, which is something that Beelzebub and Travis Sentry will not like, as they were paid to do a job, and Damien should not be entering in their business. Let them take care of it. And that's going to be a way to kind of cement Beelzebub as like a monster heel that can't be controlled, so to speak, and independent heel. Like he's not a gun for hire. So I wanted to really just kind of capitalize, well, not capitalize. I wanted to use that storyline beat to explain, if I get Damien a heater down the line. Now in our final match, or not match, before our final match, we have Liberty announcing he is entering the international tournament, and he doesn't really address Romeo, but it's still just kind of continuing that storyline beat as well. But Liberty will be in an international tournament. Then our main event, we have Sam Strong defeat Paul Steadyfast with the Untouchables ringside. No interaction Ripcord here. Maybe in hindsight, I could have had Ripcord and Sam Strong face off at the end, or have Ripcord attack Sam Strong. But I don't know. I just didn't really think to. I just kind of had Ripcord do the promo and then the confrontation. So I felt like it kind of hit all the beats. Maybe I should have had Sam Strong do a promo, but nonetheless, pretty good match rating, not match rating, show rating. Hopefully we went up another one in popularity. We took another L. We went down, I think, 2,000 or 2 mil last year. So we're already up 4 popularity in March, halfway through March. So 2.5 months, 4 popularity. We got to get to 65. Could be by end of the year, ideally. Yeah, I mean, by end of the year, we could be at that 65 point. Now, I'm still holding to Total Mayhem 98 as the goal, but if that is actually like next year, start at 98, I'm happy with that. So something, okay, I probably didn't talk about it, is Mr. Lucha does not want to be active in America. So if you look at he's only active in Mexico, and if I go to talk to him, they're like, be like, come on, he just won't do it. So I gotta kind of sadly job him out. If not, spend the first 6 weeks building him up. I forgot about that. That he's only active in Mexico, and I think that's just a way to keep him here, like introduce him, and then like he can leave for whatever reason. But it's not a mistake. That's been in like every version of this mod. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's check Jack Bruce. He got a win. Okay, 23. That's fine with me. Liberty, see if he went up in popularity with the thing. No, but we'll probably cut it off there. And then next week we got our main event of Ripcord versus Cowboy. And I guess I'll check BLZ Bub before we let go. But thank you for watching. Talk to you next time.